Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. It is officially a brand new season in Mexico, and this week you can unlock two very special cars. If you jump into the festival playlist, you can unlock the brand new Subaru WRX. It has some very cool customization, and I'm very excited to jump into it. However, chances are you also don't have the Sierra 700R. Until today, was the rarest car in Forza Horizon 5, and it is also one of the fastest off-roaders in this game. If you do not have this car, go and get it. All we need to do to get the Subaru is get 20 points this week. Real quick before we go and do that, Forzathon shop, actually not terrible this time around. Okay. Please. Oh. I think that was fast enough. It was fast enough. 18 minutes instead of the usual 15, but just like that, the Subaru WRX is officially unlocked. This is our brand new Subaru WRX. Little boxer engine up in front with like 270 horsepower. 4 doors, 5 seats, room for you and all of your imaginary friends. Let's be honest, you won't have any friends because nobody will want to talk to you after you buy the ugliest Subaru WRX ever made. This wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the brand new Subaru WRX. So this is the brand new generation. I believe it came out in 2022. I'm pretty sure this is the first model year of it. I didn't actually confirm which version of this car do we have. Oh, thank God it's the Mitsubishi drivers, I swear. Thank God it's the manual one. Subaru sells 2 of these things, an automatic version and a manual version, except Subaru, I think, is a little bit confused. You know how, like, for every sort of car that comes out, there's always, like, trim models of said vehicles, right? Subaru sells, like, 5 or 6 trims of this one. Basically, the 5 bottom specs are all 6-speed manuals, except the top trim version, and it's a 6-speed automatic. That's a lie. It's actually not an automatic. It's actually a CVT. I don't know why Subaru decided to only make the best version of the Subaru WRX in an automatic with a CVT, but that's just Subaru design choices in the 2020s, let's be honest. Value for money wise, Subarus have always been genuinely one of the best cars out there. Like $35,000 Canadian for one of these things. 270 horsepower, 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive. Simply lovely. I said this before, but if this car came out and there was no Subaru history, it would have been one of the greatest cars probably sold on sale today. It's only when you compare it to all of the other Subaru WRXs and all of the other Subaru STIs, you go, it's a bit mid, isn't it? I kind of have a couple of goals for me today. 1, I want to see if I can make it less ugly. Number 2, I want to see if I can make this into a homemade Subaru STI, because Subaru isn't making an STI. I'm gonna do what they didn't. And obviously, we need to see if it's a good rally car. But we'll come back to that one. Let's start it off with some engine swaps. Let's see what we've got. Right now, we've got a 2.4-liter boxer engine. We can swap in a 6.2-liter V8, not bad. 2-liter flat 4 turbo rally engine with 330 horsepower. Very nice. We'll come back to that one. And what? That is not what I expected to see. Why is there a 4-liter flat 6 Porsche engine? We'll come back to that one as well. Obviously, we need to stay all-wheel drive. No need to mess with any of that. And boys, I have good news. The developers have added airflow dynamic body parts to this thing, which looks simply lovely. We can also get a little rear lip on there. Also looks lovely. The cool big wang made out of carbon fiber. I think if I'm going for a Subaru STI budget edition, I guess I'll go for that one. Unfortunately, I can't put on like the staple Subaru like square rear wing, but Subaru does sell an STI with no big rear wing, so I will go for that instead. We can also get a very aggressive rear diffuser on there, and in true I really thought those were going to be mud flaps, if I'm honest. As it turns out, it is a side skirt, which also looks quite nice. I think we'll also go up to sport tires on this thing. When I had my Subaru, I had 245s on it, square setup, and 18-inch wheels, so let's make them a little bit bigger. And you know what? I should also go for some gold wheels. We've also got some engine spacers, which look lovely on this thing. Very nice in the front and even better in the rear. Because we're building this car for a 17-year-old, I'm gonna want a race clutch. That way, it'll be indestructible and they won't be able to break it because they told you they know how to drive manual, but they really don't. So I need a strong clutch for when they inevitably stall 1,000 times. Somebody in chat says, I'm a 17-year-old with a BRZ. I feel offended. At the end of the day, we are 17 years old. We definitely need lowered suspension. Very good. And then last but not least, we need to do the staple Subaru mod, a fat exhaust. And then we need to get this thing to like 305 horsepower. 307 will do. This is the car. Actually, hold on. This is the car that Subaru should have made from the factory. 381 horsepower. There is one more thing that we need to do and a question that desperately needs answering. Can we paint that ugly black trim around the wheels? So we've got all of the Subaru colors. Okay, standard stuff. Paint group number 1, main body of the car. Paint group number 2, please, please, please. Yes! I love the developers! This is the happiest I've ever been, ever. No way! You can even paint the rest of the trim. Well done, developers. Our homemade Subaru WRX STI. Honestly, I think the only way the developers actually could have made this car better is if they gave it a Subaru STI rear wing. That would have been a true 11 out of 10. I have a feeling Subaru didn't want to let them put the Subaru STI rear wing on it for obvious reasons. Honestly, now that I'm driving this thing, I think it just pushes the point even more about how badly Subaru dropped the ball on these things. I love this car now. This is great. Okay, maybe not 380 horsepower, but like 320. You know the whole reason Subaru didn't make a Subaru STI or is currently not making a Subaru STI is because they said, and I quote, it would have had a short shelf life because electric cars are coming into play so quickly. That's what they said, and that's why they didn't make a Subaru STI for this generation. I don't know if anybody's told Subaru, but that's like saying, why do we still like making manual cars? Because automatics are just around the corner. Fun fact, only 15% of Subaru WRXs are purchased with the automatic transmission. To be honest, I just think Subaru actually doesn't care about performance cars anymore, and they're perfectly happy making crossovers that you pretend that you enjoy camping with. Simply lovely homemade Subaru WRX across the line. Absolutely lovely. I think we've already established a Subaru STI version would be incredible. Now, I think we need to figure out if this thing is a genuinely good rally car. So throw away the engine that's in there right now and toss in the turbo rally flat 4 engine. I think now we should probably get the bigger rear wing on it. It's an adjustable rear wing. Our front splitter is adjustable, so that's quite nice. I'm gonna give it some chunky off-roading race tires. Give me that rally suspension. Thank you very much. After a ton of meddling in the menus, I was finally able to make this thing A-class, top of the class. We now have 550 horsepower. We weigh 2,900 pounds. It's a little bit heavier than I would have liked, but we had to do that to get to the top of the class. I think this should be good. Subaru STI. Oh my God, look at all the cars I'm racing against. The GRs, the Mitsubishis, the OG. Oh shit, corner. I was too busy admiring the cool cars and I missed the corner. Nothing to see. I can catch up. I can catch up. I can catch up. Close on in. Close on in. Yaris, move. The amount of grip that this thing gets. It's gripping going around the outside. I will be honest, I don't think I actually made this as fast as it could go. You could probably tune this thing or pick different upgrades in such a way to make it go a little bit quicker than what I've done. But what's really nice about my build is that it's so stable. I think I can still manage a P1 here if I absolutely send it through some corners. Come on, come on, go, 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 Subaru. Go, Subaru. Come on, gain, gain. Gain, up the inside, up the inside. Never mind. I was actually happy with a P5. Nothing to see there. Nothing to see there. Before we go drifting with this thing, I do want to do something a bit strange. I would love to see what it can do fully maxed out with the Porsche 911 engine. It's so ridiculous that this engine swap is even a thing. I have to try it. I want to give it this ridiculous engine swap and then give it full racing slicks and then make those slicks as thick as humanly possible. Wait, I think what I'm making here is essentially like a time attack car, just a Subaru version. I'm trying to think, has Subaru ever made like a true time attack car? Project Midnight for Goodwood? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that thing. That is now every single upgrade applied to the Subaru. We are now middle of S2 class with... What? The Porsche 911 engine can't build 1,000 horsepower? Are you really telling me that a 6.2 V8 is better than that? The V8 does have more horsepower. A 1,000 horsepower Subaru WRX, except now we have a V8. Didn't for a while Subaru have the fastest lap time around Isle of Man? Probably. Every year at Goodwood, it's always like the ridiculous F1 cars and like the McMurdy and the Subaru WRC cars going head-to-head for top spot. I'm pretty sure it was the same thing for like the car and driver lap of the year or whatever it's called at like VIR. The Subaru WRC cars are Subaru. Bro, what was that? Murderer. I'm pretty sure the Subaru WRC cars are genuinely some of the fastest cars in existence. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit strange with a V8 in this thing now, but I guess it just is what it is. I mentioned it last week, but for some reason in Forza Horizon games, dating back to like day one, the Subarus and the Mitsubishis have always had like awful engine upgrades, and they always just feel like nerfed from an engine perspective. So it's nice to see that the developers actually gave this thing like a powerful engine swap to give it 1,000 horsepower.
Why are the latest Subarus so aerodynamically designed? It improves the Chevy tow truck's fuel consumption.
All right, that's rude. That's rude and uncalled for. My Subaru never broke down. Actually, neither of my Subarus ever broke down. My Subarus have been very reliable, thank you. I think the build that we've got for this thing is actually sick. It's a very nice car to drive like this. It's another one of those cars that just goes in the list. No drama, just sheer outright performance. I mean, it's not the fastest car. Obviously, it's S2 class. You take this thing online in S2 class, you will get clapped by every single car on the road. But that is a truly lovely car to drive, and I really do like it. Once again, we're going back to our 17-year-old route. Every single person who's owned a Subaru WRX or STI has got into a parking lot when it's been snowy and ripped the handbrake a couple of times. If you have a Subaru and you haven't done it, you didn't own a Subaru. I think it could be even more fun if we had a Porsche 911 engine and rear-wheel drive. I don't know if it's a thing on these Subaru WRXs, but my STI, it had a thing so you could control the differential and actually put more power to the rear to get it to slide a little bit better. Let's just say for this example, I put 100% of the power to the rear. I'm also going to do it with all of the aero on it because I think it just looks very cool. Someone says, Nick, didn't you slide your old Subaru in the snow? No, I never did that. I never did that. That would be illegal. Unless, of course, it was on private property and you had permission to be there and do your donuts. For legal reasons, that was somebody else. You can actually tell it wasn't me because if it was me, I would have crashed. The paint job that I downloaded with this cool pixel art, it has a license plate on it. And the license plate is from France and it's registration number 69. I've made it rear wheel drive, which basically means we are not going to be getting a new personal best out here. But that's not the goal. I just wanted this Subaru to be really, really nice to drive. The whole thing with these Subarus and the Mitsubishi, same as last week, is they are fantastic cars to drive, but they're never the best cars to drive. So there's no point in going for a new personal best when instead you can just go have fun, put a smile on your face with a rear-wheel drive Subaru, and enjoy the moment. And I absolutely love it. That was 177,000 points. That's actually not far off my PB. As much as I don't like this new design, on paper, it is still a fantastic vehicle. It is great value for money. And if it looked a bit better, and they made an STI version, I might have had one of these. I'm just saying.